Hey there, guys. This is Kage coming at you with an update for the JM account. I did wait a little while to get this out there because I've been musing over some of what's happened, and it's perplexing to say the least. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it here. I know a lot of you already know that his account is back up. He is able to play again, as we can see here. He's back in. He's as of 9 hours ago. He's been pumping his stam again. He's been, working his account. Now, here's the thing. I want to thank everybody who helped out. Plaid Signal boosted. Everybody got on social media because we obviously made enough noise where they got back to him pretty quickly at that point and got him into his account. So for that, great. I'm ecstatic because we actually made a difference. We actually got him back in. I mean, Platt made a good point on his video that I guess some of I don't know. It's hard to feel bad for people who spend a lot of money in these games, and I get it. It's kind of like Platt made a reference to the guy who spent 100K in Diablo and then he couldn't fight anybody in matchmaking, and there were all other problems assorted with that issue. And on one hand, you're like, yeah, that's kind of funny. He basically paid to lose. I get it. But then you realize the guy didn't get support quickly at all. I mean, he was getting... It took him media attention for Blizzard to respond and to get in there and actually fix things. For a guy who spends 100 grand in the game. So, yeah... Needless to say, he got his account back for Diablo. I don't know what type of compensation or other things he got. But let's get into what Square's doing now with our friend here, JM. So, this is a very interesting situation here because they are basically priming themselves here to kind of throw the blame back onto him. I mean... I've read this a couple of times now, and it's just weird. It's, thank you for your patience throughout this, blah, blah, blah. Upon investigation, it was confirmed that the account deletion button had been pressed on your side. Therefore, the error message occurred as a result of attempting to log in on the account in question. We have addressed the issue and would like you to please uninstall the currently... Sure. Okay. So, if this was the issue, which it seems to be because he's back in, why couldn't have this been handled weeks ago? And some people are going to be like, well, he didn't give enough information or this and that or some other things. Okay, sure, great. I mean, I guess it's better than all those fuckers who were saying that he was playing around with fraud and all this other stuff. I mean, just... some of the rumors and some of the things, like even one person said he was faking it. And then that person got defensive after he was questioned. He knows who he is. He knows who he is, our little birthday boy. But, it's just... Man, guy can't catch a break. It's like, who am I going to defend? The multi-billion-dollar corporation or the guy who spent too much money on the game? I know people kind of hate both of them. I know Wales, people don't like Wales as much. They keep the games afloat. I mean, but at the same time, they also caused the system to be in place. Because if it wasn't for them, and if everybody held fast, we wouldn't have games like this. We'd probably have a different system. But at the same time, it isn't just on them. When people are treated poorly, they still spend in these games. I mean, I've seen somebody who's been just like rung through the ringer several times, passport issues with orb turn-ins, other things, and they're still looking for ways to spend money on this game. So it's just, you can pretty much do whatever you want to these people, and they'll still spend because they love the IP, they love the continuation of the story, and I'm sure JM's going to throw some money at this game despite everything. I'm sure he is. I don't know what compensation he's going to get, and this is a key thing here is they are trying to make this seem like he doesn't deserve any sort of compensation from how they're putting this. It's like it was confirmed that the account deletion button had been pressed on your side, that this was your doing. So, and I don't know. I mean, I was under the impression that if you had pushed the account deletion button, that character would have been removed from guilds and other things. I don't know how accurate that is. I'm going to have to do some research on that. I'm going to have to play around with that at some point before I make like a definitive statement on it. But, I mean, he went 19 and a half days before he got this response here. 19 and a half days. And then they do a Uno reversal card on him. So, I don't know what he's going to get for compensation. I really don't. And there's debates on what's fair, what does he deserve. I mean, obviously, he should get the gems that whatever his guild's going to play. So if they're going to get Master 1, he should get those gems on top of other compensation. But it's really hard to put a value on all those days lost and the damage to the account. I mean, some of this stuff could be setting him back 6 months. He could have held on to frigs to turn them in, and that shop may not be here for another 6 months, another 8 months. Heck, given what happened with the Dragon Tower, it may not come back at all in Reminiscence. There's no guarantee, so I don't know what they're going to do to make it right. I hope he keeps me updated on that, because I'm very curious to do like a conclusion to this, to see what they do to make amends for him, because this is very important. This is, not only did he spend a lot of money, and it took several videos, us pestering, the whole 9 yards to get him to get situated, they still kind of like just turned it around on him. So, and I haven't heard of a good scenario where somebody's gotten timely support and been taken care of and felt whole afterwards. They've gotten something back, but I haven't heard of anybody who's really been taken care of on our side on Global. I mean, I'd personally make a challenge to somebody to have some issues in the JP version and see how long it takes to get fixed if you spend some money over there. I'm curious. I'm very curious what the turnaround time is, but that's another a thing for another day. But anyway, I'm just glad he got his account back, and I really, really hope they do something for this guy, because this sets a precedent here. Because this sort of thing could happen to anybody. I mean, not only just a situation with his account, but like then all the vultures circling on him too. And again, it's probably because of the money he spent. People they're not big fans of high spenders in these games. They're not, for one reason or another. I don't know what it is. If it's like kind of like the mentality of, well, these people are why these games exist. Well, in the same curtain, those same people also keep the game open that you keep playing. So it's, I don't know. At the end of the day, if this game was a $60 game and they did like a season pass DLC and they updated it every so often, I'd still play it. I would have spent a fraction of the money in the game. I'd still play it. I'd still enjoy it. And I think it would have a wider audience, to be honest. But, and it doesn't even need to be a $60 game. It could be incorporated in like an Xbox Game Pass and a PlayStation Premium. There's ways to get these games out there to a large amount of people and to do things. Gacha isn't an end-all, be-all. There's games out there, like there was a Castlevania game that was only released in like Canada. Didn't do too well. It got scrapped. Next thing I know, I saw it on Apple Arcade like 6 months ago. They of course took all the microtransactions out, and at the core of it, it was an okay Castlevania experience. So, and that's Konami. Konami did that, and Konami does it. Let's not even get into that. But so yeah, we'll touch base on this again. We'll see what happens. We'll see how long it takes him to get compensation. what it is if he wants to reveal that to us. I mean, he may not at this point. They may super lowball him, but this sort of thing needs to change. I mean, I don't know what their definition is of a VIP customer, but to people like you and me, you see somebody who drops that kind of money, you would assume they're a VIP, but maybe there's a different threshold. Maybe we need to have Artia have some issues and see how quickly they get back to him as, like the rank 1 guy. He's definitely up there. I'm kind of curious what his experiences with customer service would be and how quickly they'd remedy things for them, because they have to have an upper tier, right? Or is it like people saying, because it's global, well, they'll get to it when they get to it. But anyway, thank you again, everybody who supported JM. I'm glad he got his account back. I hope he's learned something out of this. I don't know if he has or not, because again, this sort of thing, even the guy from Diablo, I don't think he really learned anything, and he dropped 10 times the amount. So it's a slippery system. At the core, it is addiction. It's a real grip on things, and because it's a game, I think some people don't take it as seriously. But anyway, thank you again for watching. Take care, guys. I will see you next time.